Hello everyone, welcome once again. This is Prince. I hope you are doing well. So today let us continue our discussion on Playwright with TypeScript automation series. In the last lecture we discussed about what is Playwright, why it is getting popular, what are the key features of Playwright which make it different from other automation tool. And as part of today's discussion, we are going to set up our first Playwright automation framework with TypeScript. So without further delay, let us get started. So as we discussed in the last lecture, we should have Node.js latest version should be installed and we should have one code editor. So let me show you how you can do it. So for downloading Node, so you need to go to Node.js on Google and then you can select this particular option, or you can download Windows installer.msi if you are on Windows, and if you are on Linux, you can choose different options, right? Mac OS, Linux, you can install Node in your system, right? Then after you need to download this particular Visual Studio for code. If you are in your Mac OS or something, then you need to download your own editor, right? Now what is the thing, right? Let me show you. So after installing Node, we need to set up the environment variable. Only then you'll be able to see the version. So in my case, the version of Node is 22.21.0. So it automatically gives npm as well when we install Node, right? So this is the npm version, okay? And we need to set the system variable as well after installation of Node.js. After downloading the exe, what you need to do is you need to go to this path in the system variable, and then you need to point to the Node.js location wherever Node.js is installed. Only then you'll be able to see the version of it and it would be available globally, right? So now moving on to setup part, right? So there are two ways. So we are going to discuss both of them. One is using CMD, another is using the extension, which is also given by Microsoft, right? So now let us go by this particular approach. For this thing, what I have done is I have created two folders, right? Playwright automation, this is blank, and this Playwright automation extension, right? I have Visual Studio open, right? Let me remove everything, right? And now after this, with what we need to do is we need to click on file, and then we need to add folder to the workspace. We will navigate to this particular section where this particular project is, okay? So this is under Playwright TypeScript and Playwright automation, right? So this is how we add it. We need to trust this, right? If you're doing it for the first time, right? Then what is the next step? So next step is we need to install Playwright, right? Okay, so what we'll be doing is right clicking on this, open an integrated terminal, right? And if you take a look at this, we are writing npm init. Npm init is to initialize any node based project, and then we are installing Playwright as well, right? So we have open terminal. Now let us write npm init and Playwright @latest, right? npm Playwright @latest, right? So let me hit the command and see. So if you will notice that it is getting installed and it is asking for different options. So we want to continue with TypeScript. In case you want to continue with JavaScript, you can move using the arrow, but in my case I'm going to move with TypeScript. So let me select TypeScript and hit enter. Then whether you want to store your test cases into test, so I want to go with test folder only, right? Whether you want to add a GitHub flow action, for now I don't want to add it, right? And as we discussed already, that npm this Playwright has its own browser, meaning it talks to the browser engines, so it download its own browser, right? So let us click on true, right? And this way it will create the project. So now these are the key files of a node based project. First of all, we will have package.json. This is having the name Playwright with Playwright automation amen, right? And this is where the dependencies are added, right? This is the core of Playwright. This is the heart, we can say, of Playwright, right? Then it adds a test directory, right? And it add a sample test case as well, meaning a sample test class file, and where it has added different test, right? So test, this test, right? So there are two tests, right? It has added. Okay, so if I show you node modules, so this node module is similar to external libraries in case of Java based framework, right? So you will see Playwright, right? So all the dependencies are added here, right? And this package.json is similar to pom.xml or requirements.txt of Python, right? And this is the configuration for Playwright, right? Now let us come back, right? So we have uh, initialized the node based project and we have added Playwright as a dependency. Next thing is we want to execute these test cases, right? So let us execute these test cases, right? So how to execute these test cases? So for that purpose we need to use npx playwright test, right? And where it will execute and which browser it will execute. So for that purpose, in this particular playwright config.ts, if you will notice, it is defining this configuration. Test directory is saying that test directory is available under this particular root and test section. This is for fully parallel. So for parallel also we don't need to do this configuration. So these are some configuration related to CI. We will come to this later on. Workers for parallel execution purpose, reporter, HTML reporter by default, and then this is trace on first retry. So the trace won't be generated if the test case pass in one go, and if we are retrying it, only then this trace will be available, right? So this is the project section where we configure different browsers, right? So this is the name and this is how we need to provide different browsers, right? So we want to execute against Chrome device, desktop Chrome, desktop Firefox, and desktop Safari, right? And where this device is coming from, this is coming from this particular Playwright test, right? So we are defining the configuration for the test, right? And we are exporting it. Then after, in order to execute, now what will happen? Because we have all the browsers provided here, so Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. So it will execute, meaning these two test cases will execute in all three browsers, right? So this is how it works, and it will run in headless mode by default. So Playwright test cases are developed, or Playwright is designed in such a way that it runs in headless mode by default. In case we want to run in headed mode, then we can go by that particular approach. We will come to these things later on when we will talk about how to run Playwright test case using different ways. So if you will notice, it is executing 6 tests because there are 2 tests and it is executing against Chrome, Firefox, and Safari, right? So test cases are executed. Now let me copy this particular command to show the report, right? So it will open the report. So you see all the reports, all the test cases are executed, right? So if you want to understand the test cases, so what we are doing is we are simply using this particular Playwright test, we are importing it. We don't need to follow the class concept here. So then we are using this test method of this Playwright test. We are passing 2 arguments. First is the description of the test case. Second, we are passing a function, and this is page, which is similar to driver of Selenium, right? So page.goto. So using this, we are navigating to Playwright test.div, right? And then expect is similar to assertion. So what it is doing is on this particular page, after navigating, there should be a title Playwright. So this is like a matcher, right? Similarly, for this particular test case, we are again navigating this, and this is one of the locator strategy using get by role. We are locating one get started page, and then we are clicking, right? And then we are verifying that heading should have name installation and it should be visible, right? So these are self-explanatory in Playwright. Okay, so this is how it works. So this is one way of like setting it up, right? Now let us talk about the other way, right? So for this purpose, first of all, we should have a Playwright extension, right? So I'm going to this particular extension section, right? And I will search for Playwright test for Visual Studio Code. Make sure that it is coming from Microsoft, right? So install it, right? Once you install it, let us exit it and restart this particular Visual Studio Code, right? And this time we will select a different project, right? So previously this was Playwright automation. Let me remove from this particular space, right? So this is removed. Now let me add folder to workspace, and this time we'll be adding a different thing, right? So this is the one that we are going to add. So I'm going to come back and going to add this folder to the workspace. Let us trust this, right? And now what we need to do, as soon as you will add this particular extension, you will start seeing this particular option, right? So we will soon come to this. Okay, so now what we need to do, after that, either you can press Control Shift P, it will open the command palette, or you can go to View and you can open command palette. Then you need to install Playwright. So as soon as you click on this test install Playwright, here you will get option which all browser you want to install. So whatever the options that we configured there during the command line, same thing is appearing here. Whether we want to add GitHub workflow, right? Whether we want to use JavaScript, so by default TypeScript, right? So let us unselect all these options and click on OK. So this will also set up the test cases, right? So the same thing, but these are the two different routes, right? So again, this playwright.config.ts having the same configuration, package.json having this playwright dependency, then test example.test.ts, right? One more thing that you will notice is using this particular extension, we can execute the test cases. And if we take an example of previous case, when we were using command line and we were not having this particular extension, we needed to execute the test cases using npx playwright test. But in this case, we can simply click on this and it will execute the test cases, right? And you would notice it is executing in Firefox only, right? Why? Let me come to that part, right? So this is different Firefox because this is the rendering engine actually, right? So now let me come back here. So if you'll come to this particular section, right? So you will see different configuration here, right? Okay. So when we add this particular extension, we will start seeing this particular lab, right? Here you can choose different option. For example, in case you want to execute in Chromium, you can choose Chromium. If you want to run your test cases in headless mode, simply unselect this particular show browser option. In case you want to run in UI mode, you can use this option, right? So this is how you can configure different options. So let us run it from here, right? So this time it would be Chromium browser. Okay, so it has launched this particular website, right? Okay, in order to see the report, what we can do is again npm, what was the command that we used? npx playwright show report, right? So if you would notice, this time only one test case is executed, right? Has title, right? Because we executed this one and we execute against Chrome, right? So this is how we can execute the test cases using this particular extension, and this is how we can set it up, right? So this is what I wanted to cover, guys, as part of current discussion. In the next session, we will dive deep into it and we will understand different terms, how to add a test case, how to create test case, and different interaction with the browser in the upcoming session. So thank you for watching. I would request you to please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again.